Hello, guys. How are you guys? We are back with one more webinar, and it is especially for parents, maybe for single parents as well, because it's not just a duty of a mother or a father for helping your kids in their studies. So, I am back with a helpful webinar on girls' health with an experienced doctor with me. And as you know, Celebrify is working for women's health and girls' health. So we're back again with a webinar on teenage daughters and how to help them with their studies during their first periods or during their regular periods as well. So as we know, during menstruation, especially, a girl goes through a lot of mood swings, pain, and a lot of physical changes, mental changes are going on. And as parents, we feel how to help them, And when it comes down to studies, especially during studies get hampered a lot during that phase of a period. And sometimes it gets difficult for the girl to understand, especially if it's a first period. It gets difficult for her and for her to understand whether how to manage her studies, how to manage the pressure which is going on during her exams and stuff. So it becomes difficult for the parents as well to let her know and to communicate it so well so that she understands and she embraces that period and helps to get into the study mode. So yes, to help you manage and as parents to so that you can communicate with your daughters efficiently, we are here with a very experienced doctor, Dr. Halima here, and she is a general physician and diabetologist with 20 years of experience and 8 years of experience in telemedicine, and she has worked for women's health as well for years now. So it's a chance for you guys to take a lot from her and from her experience. So I welcome Dr. Halima. Over to you, Dr. Halima.
Thank you, Prachi, and thank you, Celebrify, for getting me on this platform to talk about the most coveted topic, that is women health, and especially girls' health during her menstrual cycle. People, kind of add a taboo to this particular topic, which is still beyond me. Why this can't be discussed in public? Why shouldn't people speak about it? This particular inhibition is actually keeping the children from receiving the knowledge they should know, from receiving the information they should know about their particular body and about what happens during the cycles and during their monthly periods. So I think the more we are emphasizing on this topic, the more better. And I really thank Celebrify for giving this opportunity to talk about this topic and to discuss much more and tell parents about what they should do and what they should not do during this particular cycle and during the time that your daughter goes through. Again, thank you, Prachi.
You're
Waiting for the
welcome.
guidance.
You're welcome. Okay, we have certain questions. We have a list of questions basically, and we have a
Yes,
lot of time to discuss that. So let's
definitely. Go
hit
ahead.
the questions now. Yeah.
Yes, please.
So to start with, basically, menstruation comes with a lot of physical and mental changes in a girl, right?
Definitely,
And
yes.
obviously, it has certain effects on the studies, whether it's of class, 6 standard or a 10 standard. The pressure is a lot nowadays as well. So I just want to, know more about the effects of menstruation on school studies and what a girl might go through during that period.
Sure. Well, as everyone knows, school study, of course, before this pandemic era, they have a curriculum. There are classes which are a stipulated time, and there is, breaks which often appear, maybe two breaks in a day in the particular entire cycle of school. The only thing which can basically cause annoyance or cause discomfort to a girl during her cycle and school could be her changing time. If the changing time is and the changing breaks are given more frequently during the school time, then I think it makes studies comfortable, it makes school time comfortable. And I'm sure the children, the girl who's undergoing her cycle for the first time, would feel a lot more comfortable if she feels nice. So,
Yes.
if we have change breaks in between, if the teachers can definitely understand what the child is going through and help her get the break in between and help her, take care of herself, I think that will be a great thing to do in her during her study time. If you're talking about the hard work during the school days and during the study, can yes, the first 2 days might be a little tedious. It might be a little hard on her, as in we're talking about the blood loss, we're talking about the pain and the cramps, which can really get bad. And the first day can definitely be worse, because some people who have, sorry, give me a second.
Yes, yes, yes. Sure. Well, we'll wait for Dr. Halima to get back. She's got an urgent call. Obviously, she's taken a time out from a busy schedule. So let's wait for her. Dr. Halima, your mic is off. I think you're on
Okay,
mute.
I'm so
Yeah,
sorry for this
that's
break.
fine.
In fact, there was a call from a patient I couldn't ignore, so I had to
That's
receive it.
that's fine. Totally fine.
So when I was talking about the school studies, yeah, the pressure basically is about the hard work and the physical work during the school days than the mental work and the study curriculum as such. So if the child can feel at ease and take her breaks when she wants, it will definitely help her a great deal during the school studies. The secondly, when a child has her first, when a girl has her first cycle, on the first day it is really bad. She can have cramps, she can feel cranky, she can feel uneasy during that time. If during that time, if the amount of work given to her, or maybe the amount of assignment given to her, can be taken into consideration, and we can minimize the work pressure for the first single day, for the first day, attending school will not be tedious. Attending school during doing her routine activities would definitely not be bad, provided she's not overloaded on the first day, provided she feels free to talk to her teacher that she's undergoing this or she's having this problem. So if that is considered, then definitely the child will have a say during her school time. She will enjoy the school time, and her school time will be as fine or as nice as the previous any days.
Okay.
Sorry, I think having a network issue. Yes,
Yeah.
please continue.
Yeah. So you have said discussed a lot about this. We'll have one more question, which will be like, what are some common problems during menstruation? What are some issues which a girl can face during periods, and also help, give us some tips which could help a girl.
Sure. See, first and foremost, I told you about the cramps. The cramps could be bad. She can have cramps in her abdomen. It can be her lower back. It can be her thighs and her lower limbs, which can be very painful. The second thing could be the feeling of uneasiness or the feeling of being wet all the time. This could basically be another problem, and this can actually cause more a mental trauma than a physical trauma. That's one thing. And being cranky, being very moody, this can happen especially during the first period, because they wouldn't be knowing what is happening to their body. They wouldn't be knowing whether it's normal, abnormal, or what to expect and what can go wrong and what could happen. So keeping them in loop, talking to them more about it, easing them out during the first time would definitely go a long way. And if I'm talking about the girls who have a lot of cramps during the first day, I would recommend them to take a lot of, herbal. There are some herbal teas like chamomile tea, mint tea, ginger
Yes,
tea.
yes.
This basically eases out a lot of cramps and the uneasiness. Really, it goes away. And the second thing is drink plenty of water. The more hydrated you are during the first day, the more better you start feeling. The irritation, the uneasiness, everything kind of comes down. You start feeling at ease. So जितना पानी पियोगे उतना बेहतर रहेगा. एंड तीसरी बात ये कि अगर आपको क्रैम्प्स बहुत ज़्यादा हो रहे हैं, मतलब लोअर एब्डोमेन में बहुत ज़्यादा दर्द है, जो कि आप उठ भी नहीं पा रहे हो, तो सबसे बेहतरीन रेमेडी होगा वार्म पैक्स। अगर आपके
Yes.
पास कुछ नहीं है, वार्म बॉटल्स, मतलब आपके पास अगर लेदर बैग नहीं है, कोई बात नहीं, ऐसा नहीं कि आपको वही बैग चाहिए। आप अपने स्कूल के बॉटल में कहीं से भी गर्म पानी लो, जस्ट रोल इट डाउन योर एब्डोमेन, दैट्स द बेस्ट way that you can help yourself. Roll it in the lower abdomen, up and down, maybe around 3 to 4 times whenever the cramp gets severe, and the cramp will ease out like this. Okay. If it gets worse beyond this, and if it continues to happen, of course, medication will be the only thing. But मैं ये कहूँगी कि refrain from medication during the first, the first period at least, and even subsequently if your pain is not severe. Paracetamol will definitely help. It will help a great deal to ease away the aches and pains, the muscle soreness, and all. But I would recommend to go slow on medications. Try more of these kind of remedies. Hydrate rakho, tension free raho. And let me tell you a secret: chocolate helps.
Yes,
Chocolate in
yes.
every form helps. You can have a dark chocolate, you can have a normal chocolate in every way. Especially people who crave for sweets. For them, chocolates will do a miracle during the first day of the cycle. So feel free. Don't think of your diet and just keep yourself comfortable. So use all of these things, drink plenty of water, don't take a lot of stress, ease out on the first day. That's what I tell everyone, all the children, all the girls who come to me on the first day of the cycle and complain of these things. The first thing I tell them, go easy on the first day. Subsequently, do not wait for the whole week. There are some girls who basically don't do any hard work or any kind of work during the first week, during the entire week. In fact, they say
Yes,
that,
yes.
"Nahi, we don't want to, we are told to relax and not do physical activity." No, 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 be as normal as you can. But yes, the first day can be really bad, so ease out on the first day and subsequently you can do your normal jobs. Be as normal as you can, as you are doing the other days. This is not an abnormality, this is not a taboo, it is a normal cycle which happens to every lady. That's one thing that the girls on the first time or the first cycle have to keep in mind.
Okay. Uh, Now that we have discussed a lot about the physical changes, we can talk more about the mental changes which happen. There are a lot of mood swings,
Right.
irritability,
Yeah,
and stuff
especially
like
if
that.
you're talking about the first cycle, or is something which catches them unawares, or they're not aware that this thing can occur. Usually, all the mothers keep them prepared during puberty. I'm sure most of us, of course, off late we have social media, we have friends to tell us the updates. The girls are much more educated and much more they know about their body during these days than the previous this set of the previous batch. So basically, what actually keeps a difference is the knowledge. If you are aware of what changes your body undergoes or what kind of feeling you could anticipate, the mental trauma is less. But if
Yes.
you're caught unawares, as in you have a first day, the first cycle, you have a first outlet and you do not know what is happening to you, it can really be traumatizing for a girl. It can be like, maybe she will feel that she's having some severe ailment. There are children who have come to me and told they have cancer. They have children who have just run to me and told that they're bleeding endlessly and there's nothing, they don't know what's happened. Their urine is, full of blood. So they feel it's urine infection. Yeah, people who are not aware of it. So there are girls who are unaware of it. But yes, nowadays it's very difficult to find this kind of, unaware people or children who are caught unawares. But yes, the education is the key. Keep them educated, let them know about the cycle, the changes with their body it can happen during the first day, what they should anticipate, what can happen and what should not happen. So if the more they're aware, the more I think better they would feel about it. Yeah, so psychologically it is a trauma, it is a stress for the child for the first day or the first time, first ever cycle. A lot of body changes and a lot of things can cause a lot of hormone dips and ups and downs which can actually make them go berserk. The
Yes, yes.
hormones can make you feel really bad, can make you feel miserable, crying uncontrollably. There are girls who on the first day just go crying endlessly without any reason. So yes, this could have depression. It could be premenstrual. It could be on the first day of the menses. But if something like this is happening to a girl during the first day of the cycle, first of all, tell her it is normal. Do not, let her not get worried that there's something abnormal, something which has happened to her, which shouldn't have happened. Tell her it's normal. It was normal to feel bad. It's normal to cry on the first day. All these are normal mood swings which happen not because you are like that, It's because your body hormone is demanding that this thing is happening in your body. So educate them about what's happening in and around them, and that is the key. Once they start feeling better about it, the more homely they are, the more they get home the message that this is normal cycle, normal part of life. It becomes much more easy to handle the mental trauma.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. I'll get back to one very talked about thing in India, about the taboo thing which you had already shared, and you spoke about the taboo thing. I There's one thing which happens a lot in because of the cultural things in India and the taboo stuff is girls tend to miss their schools. Few of the girls, there are studies which say that girls have to drop out of school because of at the head of their puberties, and when
Yes,
their period
yes,
starts, and just because they cannot sit near a guy, a boy, or other
yes,
girls, and stuff
yes.
like that. So how well you can articulate about all these things?
Well, this I would say is much more these days in rural part of India, wherein there are still some places which follow a tradition where the girls are sent outskirts of the village for their first cycle, or even for the first few days of the normal cycle. These are called period huts. They
Okay.
are sent out to the, yeah, this these villages exist, and it's very strange that this happens even in an era like this. They are set out to outskirts of the village wherein there are huts without any basic necessity. The hygiene is zero over there. They do not have anything to do with their change. They don't have anything to change over there, and washrooms are almost not non-existent. They just have to live in the hut for the period of the 7 days whenever they have a menstrual cycle. It is considered as a taboo, and that lady can't live with other people in the household, and not even outside the house. She's outside the village during the 7 days. And these are properly called as period huts. And unfortunately, during this time, they have a lot of catastrophe during that time. There are animals who attack them because it is almost in the remotest
Yes,
possible
yes.
area. There are hooligans who come and mishandle them. So all these things are happening during the era like this, which is interconnected, when people are having so much of online exposure, when girls are more aware about themselves, and it's much easy to reach out to other people during this time. But yes, period huts do exist even now. People are being manhandled even now during the menstrual days, so which is not a great thing to happen, but it is happening.
That's something really insightful which I heard today. I
Yes,
was not
yes,
knowing
they
much
have,
about
they
it.
have. And if you just look at the condition of the huts, you would start crying. The first day I saw it, it was really miserable for me too. It is just a small thatched roof with two
God.
walls, and just a flooring which is nil to zero. And the lady just spent 7 days with a candle over there. There is nothing, absolutely nothing, no sanitization, nothing over there. So
That's
chances
what.
of her getting infected, chances of her getting
Yes.
other issues are very, very high. And of course, not in urban areas, but rural India is still following the taboo system and untouchability during the periods time,
Yes, yes,
which
yes.
should be, which should definitely be brought into notice and should be handled by whoever can do it. And I would say raising a voice against this is the dictum now. We should try to do something about it. Yeah.
That's really insightful, and I think bringing this topic here, I just hope that people listen to this and think about it, because now I feel really grateful, sitting in some luxurious flats and we having all
Absolutely,
oxygen.
absolutely.
Exactly.
The more education we have, we should feel better and thank our stars for that. At least we were aware of what things are happening
Yes,
around us, and what basically, at least the basic necessities are provided to the people here. But outside,
yes,
it's
yes.
really bad. Yes,
Yeah, okay. Continuing this topic, obviously, when you say these girls are, given this harsh punishment, is obviously refraining them from taking good education. Obviously, they are not taking
definitely,
education.
definitely. There's no point. There's
Yes,
no way that education is attached to this particular, you know,
exactly. So, would you
custom.
like to say something on that part? Because, I just would love to know, because I don't think any of these girls would be even learning the basic of their education part, not even the basic part of
See,
it.
let me put it this way: even if they're educated, there are people who are forcing them to follow certain customs,
Yes.
which have to be followed whether they like it or not. I could even not be surprised if I see a graduate sitting there the other day. If I see any graduate in the period hut, I will not be surprised because it could be a part of their family tradition.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially if you're married to a family like that, there is no way that you can get out of it. There is no way that you can back off it and say that you are not involved in any way and you're going to fight this and all that. But I think it is but definitely education is much better. It gives you much more exposure and to talk for yourself, to stand for your rights. But will it actually help unless the whole system changes? I don't think so. The entire
Okay.
thing is
Yeah.
change the system. Before you can change the world, change yourself. It's very important. The system
Yes.
has to come out, and people have to fight against it, because any girl will succumb to the pressure. If you're talking about a married lady, the moment the husband tells her there's no other stand in India, there is no way she
Yes.
can do
Yes.
anything else.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So yes,
Yeah.
that's the situation, and yes, it is happening. It is really a very huge social trauma, but it is happening in different parts of India.
Okay. Coming to, okay, this was the rural part, obviously. Coming to the urban part, there is still something called period bullying, which I have read. Now, period bullying
Yes,
is obviously teasing and
yes,
harassing the girl during
yes,
a period.
yes,
So it happens even in urban areas. It's not
yes.
something which is
Happens,
only
happens.
the, yes,
Definitely happens. To be frank, have you ever faced something like? Have you ever done something like? If you're getting up, I'm sure many of us have. If you're getting up in the classroom and when you
yeah,
walk, if you're having your cycle, you do not walk with confidence. The first thing you
yes,
ask your friend, check me. The first thing you do, ask your friend next to
yes,
you. Yeah.
that's
You
true.
tell your friend, I'm walking in front, check me if everything is okay.
Yes, yes,
Why is it so? Supposing there is a leak, supposing the girl experiences a leak during her periods, unknowingly, knowingly, she has a leak and her dress is stained. What can happen? Period bullying.
yes,
Period bullying exists in school, exists in colleges, exists in every form. The girls are bullied for the stains, the girls are bullied for what is happening to them as a part of the physiology.
yes,
But bullying is there, and it will continue to be there unless someone raises a strong voice against this and makes the other people understand that this is a normal phenomena which everyone will go through. It is not something which is that she has wronged or she has done anything which is grossly abnormal or wrong. So yes, this thing is definitely is there in schools, in colleges, in every walk of life. That's the reason why
obviously,
every girl checks herself. Every girl, starting from fourth standard or fifth standard, from the time she gets puberty. And let me tell you, Prachi, the days of
yes,
puberty nowadays is very early. Girls,
yes,
as yeah, girls as as I would say, as early as in their fourth standards, they are getting into the first puberty. So, educating them about period bullying, educating them about check their dresses, about not to stain themselves is as important as educating them about periods. Why?
yes, yes,
Because society is making it so.
that's
Society is
true.
making the thing complicated when it is not. It is a physiological process which is getting worse. The bullying is getting worse and making the girl feel like a criminal. Yes, this is happening.
I think there's one more thing which happens is I think even the guys should be given this sort of education of not
Absolutely. This is
making
what
it
I say
havoc.
every time. Yes. It's not only the girls who should know about it, the guys should be aware as well. So only when they're aware what's happening in and around them and even to their sisters, when they should know what is happening. If they're not told, they would not know how normal this is.
Exactly,
And
exactly.
period bullying will continue unless we put a full
Yes,
stop
yes.
to this in this way.
And obviously that is making the girls go absent during their school times,
Yes,
in that
absolutely. The
7 days.
first 2 days, you will not see many of them in their, especially if they're in the co-ed. They wouldn't want to
Yes,
come to school because of period
yes,
bullying, because of the uncomfortable feeling they have, because of lack of breaks. Even if the teachers give
yes,
them frequent breaks to change themselves, I think that will be a great thing to do. But again, to get up in a class and ask for a break for this particular thing is also a taboo. She would
yes,
not
yes.
know how to
That's
do
true.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Uh, Now we move on to obviously the webinar is about helping her into the school studies. So let's talk more on that during that period how a parent should communicate with the girl.
Yeah, first and foremost, as I told you, keep her educated about what can happen to her. Tell her that if she has cramps, do not feel worried, do not get worried. She can either pop in a paracetamol, which could be kept in her bag, and told to the teacher that she's having this problem and she could take this medicine if she has severe cramps which are unbearable. Secondly, give her more water, send more juices. I would say citrus fruit help a lot during this time. It curtails
Okay.
bleeding and it curtails the pain too. Can be lime juice, they can send the orange juice, mosambi juice, any kind of citrus fruit juice during this particular first day keeps the cramps and the heavy bleeding away. So yes, I would say the parents, the mother can help by giving proper diet, proper education to the child, make her drink a lot of fluids, lot of liquids, lot of juices in the first day, and tell her to ease herself out frequently. And if
Okay.
possible, change her pad every 4 hourly. Even though the pads nowadays are very, very good, they soak up to maybe 12 hours, but very
Yes.
unhygienic to keep it for a long time. So
Yes.
a pad has to be changed every 4 hourly, at least every 4 hourly, because contaminated pads for a long time can lead to cancer. It can lead to infections, chronic infections, which can in turn turn into cancer of the private areas.
Yes.
So very important that a girl changes her pad very frequently. She can take her breaks. She can maybe ask her teacher or during her break time every 4 hourly. Make sure the mother educates the daughter about changing her her pads and how to use them. Yes, how to use the pad. Tell the girl properly how to use the pad, how to change the pad, and what exactly has to be done for disposal. Educate about all of these things prior to go to the school for the first day. And of course, if she has cramp, as I told you, citrus fruit juices help, chamomile tea helps. She can carry flasks and bottles of those and keep drinking and sipping in between and hydrate herself well. And if the pain is unbearable, paracetamol definitely helps to ease the pain.
Okay, cool. I think most of the parents would help with these tips, because even the pure pressure of studies or the exams nowadays, to obviously it's work, it's more of from the laptop studying.
Yes.
It's yes, so it's a more of a comfortable period of that time, because you are sitting at your place and then later
Yes,
on you
but
are free.
Prachi, even the laptop
Yes,
studies, even this actually adds on, it is more irritating than the in school studies, to be frank.
yes,
They
yes,
are
yes.
glued to the laptops. This the mental trauma, the depression, in fact, increases to a two or threefold. So, what I would say during your periods, if you are having to, study hard, take frequent breaks, plan your day. If you're having, say for example, if you're having a test tomorrow and you have to study for the 8 hours at a stretch, study for 1 hour, take a break, maybe a 5 or 10 minutes break, take a walk. Break is not again gluing to the laptop listening to a song. It's not a break. It will again cause irritation. So go out, watch some greenery, watch outside, watch the nature. That's the best way to ease yourself out, whether it's a period day or a normal day. If you're taking a break, the best way I would tell you is go out, see nature. That's the best way you can relax yourself. So especially more so during your periods time, if you are studying hard, you're working hard, divide your time, take breaks in between, have very nutritious food, take breaks and please study. There's no harm. You can, not that you should stop studying or take break the whole day. It's not like that. If you're planning for an 8 hour study on your first day of your periods, make it maybe 1.5 hour, 1 hour, then take a break, eat something, have some nutritious food, drink a lot of water, drink chamomile tea, you can get back to study. And in between, if you can stretch your legs in between, sit back, put yourself in a relaxed environment. You don't have to sit like a class. Anyway, you have a laptop with you. Sit relaxed, lie down flat, maybe put your legs at ease on elevation, maybe put some pillows below your leg so that your legs feel at ease, you don't have
Yes,
any
yes.
cramps. All these things help. And of course, keep continuing your studies like a normal day. Don't get that thing in your brain that you have a period going on, you're supposed to rest only. It's not that. You can leave it like a normal day. But of course, if you have a bad first day, ease it out if you can.
Yeah, I mean, that's something which I wanted to ask is can parents let their girls skip their school during menstruation, like at least
No.
if she's in that bad condition.
Oh, yeah. If she's in a bad condition, the first day, of course, if things are bad, because some girls don't have that bad condition, what we call as, they don't have it. They have a very, very happy period. If that is the case, then please do not stop them from going to school just because they would stain themselves. No, educate them and send them to school. But of course, if your child is suffering, having bad cramps, and the bleeding is really, no, it's worse that she has to take 2 or 3 pads to curtail her bleeding, then keep her at home for a day, and the second day should be a normal school. The more you make her feel abnormal about it, the more it could be a problem. But yeah, if
Okay.
she has a medical problem, the cramps are bad and the bleeding is worse, then the first day off is definitely not a problem. She can take it, but not subsequently,
Okay.
not the whole week. No.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
We don't encourage
Okay.
that, for any girl, for that matter.
Yes. Yes.
We don't
Yes.
encourage the full week off. First day is absolutely okay. But again, if you're a happy period, you don't have any problem in the first day, please attend on the first day also. Nothing will go wrong.
Okay. Sure. Okay. Anything else you want to add up? Because I think we are going to end this webinar now. So
Well, yeah,
anything
as I
else?
told you, the
Any?
take home message would be, please be
Yeah.
nice to your child. Don't get angry if they have tantrums. Let them do what they want on the first day. Of course, if the child is not in a great condition to go to school, you can make her skip, but otherwise, please send. And bulk of chocolates to pamper her would be the dictum. A lot of chocolates on the first day. Let her eat. Don't restrict her, sweet cravings. Let her have it,
Yes.
because these are the hormones acting, not her. So let her have her sweet, whatever she wants to take, and hydrate her well. Chamomile tea, ginger tea, all these help. Please give them in liberal quantities, and just educate her more about it. That is it. That's it. That will make it much
Okay.
easier. Right.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr.
Thank
Haleema,
you. Thank you,
for
Prachi.
these tips and for this information. Obviously, I learned a lot with even many things I was not knowing about. The period heart which you said. Obviously, I'm going to research on that for sure. So thank you so much.
Thank you
We'll
so
end
much.
this
Thank
webinar.
you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. Bye.
We will end this webinar. So, guys, I think you have learned a lot. I think you might help your girls, to manage their studies during their periods. And if you
And
have
if you have
any
any
questions,
questions for me, you can leave it out there. I think they will give it to me.
yeah,
Right?
sure, sure, sure. That's what I was supposed to say. That if you have any
Sorry, I
questions,
thought.
you can,
Okay.
you can actually mail us any queries. You have the mail ID there popping at your screen, or we'll leave it in our comment section and stuff. And so you can even comment on the videos which we, and yes, obviously, I just want to let people know that please check out our recorded versions of many such videos are there, which are going to be helpful for you guys as women and for your girls as well. So please check out those videos, show some love and support, please. So thank you so much, guys, for joining this, and thank you so much. Take
Thank
care,
you.
and yeah,
Thank you.
bye bye.
Bye.